everyone, and welcome to Heart Matters. We've got another great show lined up for you today. On this episode, we'll hear from a couple who never knew real peace, love, and contentment until they surrendered their lives and family to Jesus. Listen as Paul and Tammy Curtis share their story of faith with us. Also performing for us today, we have Jon Jen Howse accompanied by AJ Smith on guitar. So, kick back and relax for the next half hour and enjoy the show.
Great is your faithfulness, O God. You wrestle with the sinner's heart. You lead us by still waters and to mercy, and nothing can keep us apart. So remember your people, remember your children, remember your promise, oh God. 'Cause your grace is enough, your grace is enough, your grace is enough for me. Great is your love and justice, God. You use the weak to lead the strong. You lead us in the song of your salvation, and all your people sing along. So remember your people, remember your children, remember your promise, oh God. Your grace is enough, heaven reaching down to us. Your grace is enough for me. God, I sing your grace is enough. I'm covered in your love. Your grace is enough for me. It's enough for me.
What is the church? Is it merely a predominant building in the middle of town fashioned with stained glass windows and a towering steeple? The church is actually not a building at all. People are the church. The church is a group of believers that not only gather together to worship, but to encourage one another and inject hope into its community. Jesus said, "I will build my church, and the gates of hell will not overpower it." The church is not just a place to go for funerals and weddings. We are the church, and the church is the hope of the world.
Heart Matters will return in just a moment.
Looking for a sweet treat, baking supplies, vitamin supplements, or other special ingredients? Then stop by Nan's Pantry in the Gander Mall. Nan's Pantry has everything you're looking for. From envelopes to 5-ton truckloads, Dooley's Trucking caters to all your shipping needs with fast and efficient delivery. Ship with the best. Ship Dooley's. Sign Factory Glovertown is ready to help you realize your business goals. Specializing in corporate garments and team apparel, we also produce everything from signage and vehicle graphics to banners and home decor. Offering a seamless experience and national shipping, we are your one-stop shop for custom printing. Stop by 50 Row Avenue in Gander or visit newfoundband.ca to see our wide selection of musical instruments and equipment. Also, feel free to take advantage of our 90-day layaway program here at Newfound Band Music Store.
Hi, my name is Paul Curtis. I'm from Deer Lake.
Hi, I'm Tammy Curtis. I'm from Powers Point. We were married we've been together for 25 years, married for 20 years. We have 4 beautiful children, 3 girls and 1 boy, and we have 2 beautiful grandchildren and another one on the way.
I guess growing up, we attended church till Mom gave us the choice until we were 15 years old. When we were growing up, we fussed and like kids would do from going to church, found it boring and seeing all our friends outside and like me, I guess sports active and things on Sundays that we wasn't allowed to do and I guess when she gave us the age of 15, she said that now you make your decision. She preferred us to keep going, but it wasn't, at that time it just never fitted my lifestyle on the way I wanted to go, and I turned me back on God, more or less. Most of my work days, or my work is on the road most of the time, and when I do used to get time, when I do come home, was more about me. Is what I wanted to do when my time was home. I never really spent a lot of time with my family. I put them second. It was if I had somewhere to go, like hockey was pretty much a lot of my life outside of work. I've taken hockey as more serious than my family. I enjoyed hockey. I always enjoyed hockey, but I think I enjoyed the drinking more or less because it was part of the hockey, and I made it part of my hockey life. That it was a good way for me to relax and take my mind off of other things. And I guess the more I got involved with it, the more that I never seen the problems at home. As the years went on, the hockey didn't matter no more. Drinking come into effect then. It was at a time that I started drinking. Most of my work days then was, I couldn't wait for finishing work so I can get home and sit down and drink. And I found it eased my mind, but that's all it did, eased it. But then as time went on, I started turning to pornography then, and that started taking over my life. I didn't even see this coming. But now as I look back now on my life, if I had kept going, I don't think we'd be sitting here today.
Our marriage was failing. Basically, I was raising my children by myself because he was never home, and when he was home, like he said, he'd be drinking, and then it got into the pornography. I came to the point where I was getting pretty close to, divorce. Thinking about it strongly. He's on the road all the time, so just dealing with that and as you have every child, come along, you just get more and more frustrated and stressed, and just you get to a point where you just can't handle it no more.
I was leaving it all, not only on her shoulders while I was gone. She was getting frustrated again then when I was home, and I still wouldn't deal with them. And so now she not only had the troubles of parenting and kids, but also husband and wife relationship that was struggling at home too. If you even ask people how it was, I guess I'd say a lot of them didn't see a lot of this stuff, because I guess it's like a lot of times you try to hide it any way you can. But back in 2014, in January, when I had I felt Like, I don't know, something wasn't right. And I said to the wife, I said, I think I'm going to have to go up and get some blood work done because my system didn't feel right. And so anyway, I went up and got that, and 10 days later, I had a report come in, and the report wasn't what I expected it to be. So anyway, I asked my family doctor what I could do to change it, and he told me certain things, but there was one thing that I could try to change, and that was my drinking habit, because that was one of the biggest effects because of it, was because of my drinking. And so I said to my wife, I said I should try to cut down on my drinking. Like I said, I made it a part of my life almost, like, I say 20 years, but good last 10 years. First week in March, on a Thursday night, and I got up around 3 o'clock in the morning with feeling like symptoms of a heart attack, and I couldn't breathe. I was clammy, at the same time cold. Chest was tight. I got out of bed and I felt like I just needed a drink. So I got out and I had a drink of water, and I sat down in the living room, and it seemed like it was getting worse. So anyway, my wife got up and she asked me, she said, what's wrong? I said, love, I said, I think I'm going to have to go to the hospital. I think I'm having a heart attack. And as we were getting closer to Marble Mountain and we were starting to go around the river, that my breathing was almost coming to a stop. Like I had a hard time trying to breathe. And I was holding her hand going down. I said, God, I said, I don't think I'm ready to die yet. So that one of the nurses there took me in and brought me into one of the rooms in there. And she put me up on the bed, and as soon as I got up on the bed, it seemed like everything just went away. So anyway, the next day everything was pretty good, and seemed like it was nothing. They couldn't find nothing wrong. And then it was exactly a week, and almost exactly to the same time in the morning again. I woke up, same symptoms, almost identical. And but it just happened just before I woke. I heard this voice so clearly that it was saying, go back to church. And that's all I heard. And I woke up and still feeling the same way, and the voice said, what's wrong? I said, I got that same feeling I had last week, same symptoms. But I said, the only thing is I heard this voice so clearly tell me to go to church. And she looked at me and she said, if you want to go back to church, she said, I'll go back with you. And as soon as her voice said them words, everything seemed like it just went right away. I put my head down on the pillow and went on back to sleep like I never had any ache or pain. So I started going to church the next 3 weeks, every Sunday morning. It was hard 3 weeks. I didn't know what to do. I said, if I gives all this up, I said, where am I going to go? This is the only lifestyle I ever knew. I said, what about my friends, and what about all the things that I used to do? How am I going to deal with all that? And I struggled with it. I didn't know where to go. And as I was traveling up the highway, it was a nice day, beautiful, cool day, but a very nice day. And I was just about entering in Deer Lake, and a voice come in the back into my head and saying, turn on the radio. As soon as I turned it on, it was the song I love, Lord, I Need You. Come on. And just right at that moment, I started crying my eyes out, and like I said, it's like you get in a heavy rainstorm, and you put the wipers on full tilt, and you don't seem like it's not doing no justice. I was crying that much, and I said, well, Lord, if this is what you want, well, then I'm Ollie. I said, I can't go through life. I can't do this no more. So anyway, Sunday morning, got up, and the wife said, how you feeling? She said, you feel enough to go to church? And I said, yeah, I think so. And so anyway, we went to church, and they started singing the worship songs, and the first worship song they sang was called The River. In that song, it said, Lord said, you go to the river, and I'll meet you there. And as I was calling out to God to take this darkest world away from me and show me what it is that you want me to do. I heard my wife's voice.
I was more overwhelmed too with knowing that now he's going to be involved, you know. He would be more of a family man. There's the things that I was thinking, like, okay, now God's going to help him through our marriage, our family life, and so I was overwhelmed with that too, knowing that, you know, okay, at least he's turning to God now. And
I don't know, it's even hard to describe. It was like so much weight was taken from me, and I felt so clean. And I guess the reason is I find it hard to describe is because I've never felt nothing like it before.
God has saved our marriage and is working on our family. I had to deal with unforgiveness for a long time, which really ate me alive. When I did brought it to the Lord, it just the weight just lifted off me.
I told my kids the other night that I got to apologize to you too, because for Dad wouldn't there for you when I needed to be there for you. I said, God really showed me how to love. I thought I could love, but there's nothing love. There's no love like God's love. I said, I'm going to love you as much as I can love you now. I said, I know that God is replenishing the years that I've lost for the years that I've rejected Him. I guess that's how God's changed my life, to show me that it's all about love.
If you've been enjoying the show, then we would love to hear from you. You can contact us in a couple of different ways. You can go to our website at heartmatters.tv and click on the Contact Us or Feedback button on the main page. You can also contact us through Facebook, and if you like our group page, then you will see a weekly post in your newsfeed giving you insight into upcoming shows. And of course, you can always follow us on Twitter using the handle HeartMattersNL. Still to come on today's show, To the Point with Ralph Benson, and more music from Jon and Jen Howse when Heart Matters returns.
Closed captioning has been provided by. For all your insurance and investment needs, contact King Insurance and Investment Solutions at 36 Cromer Avenue in Grand Falls, Windsor. Terry's Tents, specializing in custom canvas products, picture framing, embroidery, and printing. Also carrying a wide variety of craft supplies, fabrics, leathers, and furs, located at 326 Hamilton River Road in Happy Valley, Goose Bay. For all your furniture and building supply needs, visit your local Notre Dame Home Furnishings and Notre Dame Castle Building Centers. Enjoy quality products at top-notch service when you visit your local Notre Dame location, now serving you in 16 locations province-wide. Beaton's Realty, serving Gander and surrounding area. Visit beatonsrealty.ca to see a full listing of properties in your area.
Have you noticed lately how we don't need to pay attention to signs as much as we used to? We now have GPS in our cars. We have technology that gets the message out so easy by internet, through web page, Twitter, Facebook. The word is so easy to get out there. There's no end to information. A couple of days ago, I drove by this sign. A sign which I drove by hundreds of times, and I noticed again for the first time. This sign that says you must be born again. I began to think there are 12,000 people in this town, and this is also a main highway. You would think a lot of people know you must be born again, although most may have no idea what it means to be born again. A sign out by a church is not a bad thing. It is always good to try and get a good message out to people. I'm sure no church would depend on signs alone. We have the internet and we have web pages and church Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, but Jesus didn't walk around with a sign, and nor did he use a good sound system or internet. The approach of Jesus was always one-on-one. He valued people, understood them, and spoke into their hearts. In John chapter 3, it says there was a man named Nicodemus, a prominent leader of his day. He became curious about how to get to God. Late one night, he visited Jesus, and he had many questions. And Christ said to him, "No one can see the kingdom of God unless they are born again." And he says, "How can anyone be born again who's already born and grown up? You can't re-enter your mother's womb. What are you saying with this born again? How does this happen?" Jesus explained to him that being born from above, it's of a different world. It's a mystery. It's hard for you to understand. We live in a complicated generation, bombarded with information, signs around, yes. There's still a huge challenge to get people to understand the mystery of being born again. How does the church accomplish this? The greatest means of reaching people is unchanging. It's the example of Christ, of loving people where they are, talking to them, taking the time to listen to their frustrations. Relationship is the key. This generation is losing the ability to be personal. The personal contact of a life that has been born again is the way that it's done. The greatest evidence is a changed life. How many people pass this sign every day, have no idea that it's the answer to their lives? They don't even understand maybe what it means. They don't realize it's possible to have another chance in life. The sign may mean absolutely nothing. The need to get the message of Jesus' love and the miracle of new birth out to people has never been greater. Will you be like Jesus? Leave the comfortable church and go out and become a friend to people that need to be born again. People need to know the Lord. People need Jesus, and we need to be willing to listen to their frustrations, their pain, their hurt, and help them understand the truth of this sign, that there is a mystery, there is a miracle of new birth that can change their lives and give them hope. Let us go with the message. Let us connect to people and love them where they are.
Song of my life, you always lead me, you are the voice inside, you are my love, no one before you, all that I am points to you, I was made by you. was made by you. I was made for you. I am unfulfilled without full communion. Since your love's got a hold on me, since your love's got a hold on me, I'm a new creation, I'm forever changed. Since your love's got a hold on me, since your love's got a hold on me, I'm a new creation, I'm forever changed. Since your love's got a hold on me, since your love's got a hold on me, I'm a new creation, I'm forever changed. Since your love's got a hold on me, since your love's got a hold on me, I'm a new creation, I'm forever changed. I was made by you. I was made for you. I am unfulfilled without full communion. I was made by you. I was made for you. I am unfulfilled without full communion.
Well, we've come to the end of another show. We'd like to thank you, our viewers, for tuning in each week and supporting this exciting program. We'd also like to thank today's musical guest, Jon and Jen Howse, as well as Paul and Tammy Curtis, for sharing their encouraging story with all of us. Perhaps you find yourself in a situation like Paul Curtis did, where you are afraid to give up the life that you've known for so long. You know, the Bible says in Luke chapter 17 that whoever tries to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for the sake of Christ will find it. A decision to follow Jesus will give you a better life than you could ever build for yourself. Until next time, I'm Mike Freake, and thanks for watching.